Hello there, I'm Boo, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find Chinese, and I really love to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. Hello, and welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Today, we're taking a little break from our Dark Ranger adventures, in which we tame all Dark Ranger pets that you can only wish to tame if you want to go with a very undead and spooky and edgelord aesthetic. And instead, we are we're looking at a very different project of mine that I just wanted to share with you guys because it's what's keeping me interested in World of Warcraft at the moment. Because let's be honest here, waiting for 11.1 is not the most exciting time in World of Warcraft. And that is exactly where this beautiful, gorgeous cutie pie of an orc comes into play. Because I got inspired by all those cool people that put in a level stop on level 11 and have been boosting us through our time-walking adventures ever since the anniversary patch rolled around and Blizzard kind of made scaling in low level a little bit horrible from time to time. Inspired by them, I thought, hey, what if I also level cap one of my characters? Now, the thing is, level 11 is not really that exciting. You don't have many spells, you can't really do that much in World of Warcraft. You're very capped in more than just one sense. But there is one little level bracket that I really love. And don't let the fact that I'm right now in the Tanaan Jungle fool you, because our level cap that I chose is level 45, which means that I can do Legion content on level. And honestly, man, I wish they would make this more available even to characters that are already end level and have good gear, because I cannot put into words how much fun this has been. Also, thank you guys for obviously ruining my little talking round. I just wanted to share all of that today with you because it's a little bit out there. I don't think it's something that many people do, but man, hey, if I learned one thing about this channel is that you guys enjoy watching me doing weird stuff and showing you all the little quirks that I like to have fun with in World of Warcraft. So this is going to be the video. And the fun things first, the gear. Now, the very trained eye might see that 243 is a little bit high for someone in level 45, or rather, this is almost the highest you can get, and that is absolutely correct, because I have a beautiful fiance that is also very much in love with me, and that is why she dragged my poor little undergeared ass through Antoros in Heroic and Mythic, and I was kind of lucky. I was just 2 times in there, and I have already a very big array of pretty cool gear. I also got my hands on the Bromach Disentombed Locket. Now, this thing can drop obviously in Uldaman, the Dragonflight version, but also when you enter Uldaman and you're level capped on 45, you also get a quest from Alexstrasza, and then she gifts you this thing at the end anyway. And since you can socket 3 gems into the neck pieces of Dragonflight, this is really good news. This is really overpowered and really cool. I also was lucky and got my hands on a weapon that dropped in one of the time-walking dungeons from Draenor, and also I leveled through the entire class campaign from Legion with a hunter again, something that I haven't done ever since Legion, which was really cool because I forgot most about it. But something that you can also do then is that you can level through your order hall, and at the end of it you can wear 2 legendaries from Legion. Now, these things don't have their effects anymore, but what they still have are their insane item level and insane stats. And when it comes to trinkets or rings, this is pretty neat because the rings always have a socket. Now you're gonna say, wait, how did you even get your hands on these legendaries? For anyone interested, there is Achanomancer Vridiel. He's standing over here in the New Dalaran. Well, the New Dalaran is always the Dalaran from the Broken Isles. I still call it the New Dalaran. And he sells you a bunch of stuff. And as you can see, you can buy specific legendaries here from the Awakening Essences. Now you're gonna see I have 733, and this is how much I accumulated within 1 week of playing this character. But the cool thing is, if you have another character that has a lot of Awakening Essences, which is mostly the case with especially characters that you either played during Legion or that have been farming a lot of Legion transmog, then you can also just buy the account bound thing. Now, given there is a random legendary in here, but since I have characters that have accumulated over 30,000 of these awakening essences, I was just able to buy pretty much every single legendary, send it to this character and just randomize until I got a few good ones. And this is how I got my character geared. Now you're gonna ask yourself, wow, Boo, isn't that a lot of work just to act as if Legion is still current content? Yeah, it is a lot of work, but honestly, the work was so much fun already. It's so much fun to do this stuff on level and not to be super overpowered and one-shot everything. And I don't know, it's just a nice little niche project that really feels cool because, to me at least, after some time a patch always gets kinda old and, you know, running the same Mythic Plus dungeons over and over and over again just to get good gear sometimes just isn't worth it. But this little thing, Experience Eliminated, really makes some cool little project possible. And speaking of projects, cute Chuckle of the Jungle over here, as you can see, is a survival hunter, but obviously I also want to prepare her for maybe ever becoming a Beastmaster. And as I've already said in my other videos, Beastmasters have a glyph that makes it possible that with a lot of your Beastmaster abilities, random pets from your stables will appear. And you can tailor your stables to your hunter, so only pets will appear that actually fit the style of your hunter. Now, as you can see, Jackal over here is a Magar Orc, and she is a very, very proud Magar Orc, former Iron Horde member, and therefore I thought it would be really cool to only tame Iron Horde themed / wolf pets, because as you know, I'm a big dog lover and wolf lover, and Felric over here is actually the only one of 2 pets that I have really tamed so far, and I thought I'd take you along for the rest of the tames. And now we're gonna throw a very quick look onto my stable, where I apparently was lying. I already have 9 of 205 pets. And I remember now, I actually tamed a few of these. 2 hyenas, Barbie and Winter. I tamed them in Oldham while I was farming some ores. These maybe can stay because hyenas are, to be fair, pretty fitting with the Iron Horde / Orc / Mergar vibe in general, and also they are very close relatives to wolves in towns, so maybe they can stay. But we also have a few others. We have Strix the Barbed, which I think is a rare spawn in Thousand Needles that I picked up while I was leveling up to 45. Felric, the other Felric over here, is just the wolf that you spawn with as a Mega Orc, and I'm gonna be honest, I will not let go of this beauty. I always I tend to struggle a lot with letting go of the first pet that you ever get. Maddox or Maddox definitely is a rare spawn from Oldham as well. This is a beautiful Scorpid, and honestly also fits with our aesthetic pretty well, so I don't think I will let go of him. Felric, I already showed in an old video of mine how to get this one, but we will definitely touch upon this one again, because this is such a cool pet from Wallace of Draenor that I don't want it to be without mention. Bloodstalker Alpha, I think, is a ram up from Legion. I think this one runs around in Stormheim. Pretty sure he does. I think they can also stay because, yep, that is pretty much Iron Horde. And Barnacle Jim simply has a very funny name. And this is, I think, also a rare from Thousand Needles, because if I remember correctly, I was only leveling through Ashenvale and Thousand Needles, and that was pretty much it. And then I was 45. We'll see about Barnacle Jim. Barnacle Jim, you're not safe yet, buddy. Not safe yet. And just so you have maybe a little bit of a better understanding what kind of power level we're talking about with this character, if you're on level 45, you can still go back into Time Walking, by the way, and then also all the older expansions like TBC and Wrath are also on your level. But our power level is pretty high. For example, there are world quests like this one that send you against elite mobs, and these guys don't really pose a challenge at all. If we look onto Argus, and usually, yep, we have bosses like this one, Silithon the Last, they do take a little bit to be taken down, but especially since we're a pet class, we have absolutely no problem. You can even do some soloing in instances. For example, one pet on my list is still Fenrir. That is a little bit of a challenge because you have to go through the Halls of Valor on Mythic, and you have to beat down on your own Heimdall and obviously Fenrir, and those two should pose a little bit of a challenge, but not too much because our item level is pretty high and the scaling is not the worst. But still, you are not invincible. For example, you can definitely not do raids on your own, especially not as a hunter. but you can do pretty much everything else on your own, which is pretty cool. So as long as you have at least one friend who is willing to drag your little bum through the raids of Legion or whatever expansion you choose to do this with, you can obviously also do that with higher or lower expansions. Your imagination and your creativity knows no bounds. Like, you can also do this on level 20, on level 30, because everything also gets scaled to your level up to a certain degree, and that just makes this a very, very fun little project, at least in my opinion. And especially in times like this where nothing really ever happens in World of Warcraft, unless you count the Siren Isles. And let's be honest, no one is counting the Siren Isles. And would it be a boo video in which I want to tame cool pets without me finding at least one pet that is quite a lot of trouble to even get? Or at least you have to do a little bit to be able to tame it. And we're gonna start with a wolf. And even though you would probably think that we would start in Draenor, nope. We're going to start in the Stormsong Valley. And now, for Alliance players, this is pretty easy. You just have to go there, attack an orc, and then the orc will spawn a wolf, and then you can tame the wolf. But for us Hordes, you have to do a little bit more. First of all, you have to make sure that you're in war mode, and second of all, you have to make sure that you have a certain toy. And this toy is Nylagath, Sliver of N'Zoth. Now, you're gonna ask me, where do I get this? And I will probably put an explanation onto the screen right now, because honestly, I don't remember. I just remember it's from BFA, it's from the N'Zoth patch, and I have it. And this is a very handy toy, because with this one, you can turn yourself hostile towards your own faction, and that is exactly what we want. Because over here, we have the Horde Raider, and this guy obviously is friendly towards us, but we're going to quickly change that by clicking on the Snillith. Well, you know, this thing. And now that we clicked on it, boom, we are hostile towards our own faction. And N'Zoth is talking to us. And we look really cool. Honestly, this... Man, imagine this would just be a normal void form that you could get for your Shadow Priest. I would love it. And now, as soon as we attack our Orc Raider... Hiya! Yep. He spawns his riding wolf and... Whoops. I also... Oh no, I also killed the riding wolf. Okay, we need to be a little bit more careful then. Come here, old man. Hiya. Alright. This will do the trick. Get in the freeze trap. And now, come here, beautiful baby boy. Alright, and second time's the charm. And just like that, we have a new wolf. And now let's quickly kill his former owner. And now let's take a look at the goody good boy. Here we have him, the beautiful, wolf. You already probably know this model from the Hellfire Ramparts, because there you can tame a black version of this one. That's the next wolf we're actually going to tame. But I also wanted to include this one because I feel like you almost never see this one. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit hidden, and I know that many people are not that fond of these old models. I personally very much like this old model, and I honestly need to come up with new names for my favorite wolf boys, because I usually just call them Falric or Cujo, because those are my two favorite doggy dogs. And I will come up with a new name until we meet each other in the Hellfire Ramparts. And for now, I will just enjoy my beautiful corrupted void version of Chuckle. That, oh man, I just want to look like this all the time. Okay, would that be possible? Please, pretty please. And while we're over here in the Stormsong Valley, I just wanted to point out that across the Stormsong Valley, but also in a lot of other zones, there are obviously beautiful, beautiful wolf models as well. For example, the ones that are running wild over here. And I will not point out all of them, because as you probably noticed with just these three, there are a lot of wolves in World of Warcraft. I will just point out my favorites or special ones, but you can fill in the gaps, and just know that I will probably also pick up a few of these cuties for my ginormous wolf stable that I want to have. And just like that, we have made it to the entrance of the Hellfire Ramparts. Just in case that you don't know where this instance is located, we are currently in the Outlands, and this one is smack in the middle of the Hellfire Peninsula. And it's actually the first one down here that you want to go into, because once we have crossed... Oh, you must be at least level 83 to enter Hellfire Ramparts on heroic difficulty, huh? Okay. Sure, Blizzard. Yeah. What? Alrighty, I kind of forgot that obviously I'm time walking. That's probably also why it said that I have to be 83 to enter this on heroic. I have no idea why, but probably so people don't get high gear with high sockets or something like that. Well, whatever, I don't really care. As you can see, your gear makes even a normal dungeon not really be a problem. And now we're going to dismiss, Cujo. Yeah, I named him Cujo, so what? Get off my back. I have 2 names for dogs. And we tame ourselves the second good boy. And this one is, like I said, basically the same version we just tamed in the Stormsong Valley, just this one is the black and more red version, I think, and the one you probably know fairly well because I think for a long time a lot of hunters were running around with this good boy, and honestly I also always love to pick this one up. Maybe it's just my nostalgia, but I just still really love this model. And with this one obtained, we're gonna run out because we have a few more boys on our list. Wait, where's the stable in my garrison? I do have a stable, no? Where is it? Hello? Where's my stable? Okay, you learn something new every day. Apparently, unless you have built the barn or the stables, you don't have a stable for your hunter in your garrison. What? Whose idea was that? What the hell? Oh, man. Oh, Blizzard. Okay, then I guess I will go to, Stonefang Outpost. I hope those guys have a stable. Oh boy, do I hope. Alright, they did not have a stable, but I will let it slide since I think they'd just been recently attacked by ogres. At least the Darkspear's Edge. They have a stable master. Alrighty, and we have made it to the cozy lands of Nagrand in Draenor. And honestly, I just wanted to settle down and tell you guys that this might take a while because according to Petopia, these savage werewolves behind me have a very low chance to be up sometimes and you might need to wait a long time. But so far I can count 3 in the background. So you know what, before our luck runs out, why don't we quickly tame this beauty, because this is one of the only 2 models that is settled and uses the new wolf model that you can tame. Oh, and then we have the next Warsong Rider, so let's quickly take care of them as well. And here we have the beauty. Well, yeah, what can I say? No notes. This is, like I said, one of the newer models of the wolf. If you don't like them, then that's a pity. I think they look awesome. I think their whole gear looks awesome. I just in general really like wolves, as you know, but I really love wolves that are wearing armor. And I mean, I wouldn't need the saddle, but I think it is kind of a cool RP thing that you're running around with your pet that can also be your mount. So yeah, and this beauty you can pick up in Talar, which is down here in the Nagrand of Draenor. And again, Petopia said that these have a wonky spawn timer and aren't up all the time, but like I said, and like you saw, there are quite a lot of them up right now. Maybe I'm just super lucky, that I kind of doubt it. So yeah. Here's where you can pick them up. And we don't have to fly for a very long time because we're staying in Nagrand for our next target. And we're here in Iron Fist Harbor, which is down here at the coast in Nagrand. And down here with the bonus objective, well, Iron Fist Harbor, we also have the other riding wolf. This is exactly the same model, just with a different coloration. And since I've already said that I'm quite a big fan of the one we just caught, we will quickly kill its master and try not to kill it, freeze it, put away our current wolf because I always plan things very well. And then we're gonna tame this beauty. And just like that, we have tamed another cute boy. And this one is not in such heavy armor as the last one, which is maybe something that you would rather prefer. And since we just really want to catch all these goody good boys, obviously we have to catch this one as well. And now I will really try to come up with a different name while we zoom to our next target. And just a little of travel time later, we have made it to our next object of desire. This time we're going for the Iron March Werewolf, which is once again a slightly different variation of the wolf that we just caught back in Nagrand. This one, however, has a more brown/reddish saddle, but otherwise is also missing the helmet, you could say. They're gonna leap at us for the kill. They're gonna stun us because they're just like that. But we're gonna give them another chance and get a really good look at our new best friend. Wolves, man. Wolves. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? And this beauty, you can find in Netherguard Keep, and you won't believe this, you will have to talk to Sidormi over here to be sent to the present if you are in the Old Blast Lands, because as you can see behind me, you need the Iron Horde invasion for this to be active to catch some, well, Iron Horde wolves. I know, hard to believe. Anyway, next wolf. I gotta be honest, even though I'm usually a big supporter of the most allied races should just be customization options for the already existing races that they're part of, I sometimes get it why Magar orcs are in their own a race. I mean, I think then they should have done the same for the Manari, Draenei, and maybe given them a lot more customization options altogether, but hey, you know, Blizzard at this point. But honestly, I wish, for example, orcs and Magar orcs could just share their hairstyles, because I love this hairstyle so much that the normal orcs have, and I can't have it, and it makes me sad because Magar orcs look a lot cooler than normal orcs in my humble opinion, but they have almost no hairstyles. Man, you cowards, give me more hairstyles, give me more variety, please. And after I have picked up my Order Hall missions, I have come to Wrecked. And Wrecked is down here in Stormheim, which is, by the way, an amazing zone if you like wolves. And I have come here to tame myself a starving wolf. Now you're gonna say, well, Boo, this wolf does not look that special, and you're absolutely right. And also, oh, wait, with whomst are you... With whomst are you in combat? Who do you want to snag? This one? Okay. I'm gonna take care of this one. And now? Now you don't want to snag anyone. Good. Good boy. And we're gonna tame this good boy before anyone else is going to attack him again. And there's a reason why we tamed this exact wolf, because I hope you can hear it underneath all that good doodle sack music. Don't even know if that is the English word. But this wolf is one of the few that actually makes a barking sound when you click on him. And even though most of the time I have disabled the dialogue option in World of Warcraft because, frankly speaking, ever since Dragonflight, just a lot of NPCs have super annoying voices and I don't really know what's up with that. I still wanted to point that out because that is not that often the case that pets actually make a sound when you click on them. And a little heads up for all my Beastmasters out there, very, very close from where we just tamed our barking dog, there's also Bullwinkle, and Bullwinkle is a spirit beast that you can tame for yourself if you are a Beastmaster. Since we are currently not a Beastmaster, we will just let Bullwinkle be a Bullwinkle and zoom around and live his happy afterlife. And since we're already in Stormheim, I also wanted to pick up one of the rather grey dire wolves that you can get in Stormheim. There are also some black versions of this wolf, a white version and a brown version. The brown and the black version you either get in the Halls of Valor dungeon, which I still want to do, but I think I'm going to be too lazy to for today, and also on the Isle of Dorn. Since the Isle of Dorn is a little bit too big for me, I will just go for this version, and later in the Halls of Valor also tame myself a black version of this one, just so I have the whole collection of all the wolves. And if you really like these dire wolves, then yeah, Stormheim is your place to be. You can find them all over the place. I caught mine in the Emberfall Mesa, which is down here. There are also some other places where you can find them in Stormheim. For example, over here in the Stony Highlands, we have the mentioned brown version of the wolf we just tamed. And since we want to catch all those good boys, we're gonna catch this one as well. And if you also want to pick up one of these guys, then you have to come up here. It's between the Black Beak Overlook and the Weeping Bluffs. There are also some other spawn points where you can get wolves just like this one. So pick your poison. They're all over the place because Stormheim is a beautiful place to catch some wolves. We have made it to, well, 3 very, very, very special wolves. And this one you can only find in the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. Now, just like every single time that I show you something that you can tame in a raid, I really like to pick these ones up from the Raid Finder version. This is also the one I'm in right now. You can evade a lot of additional bosses. Also, you don't bug out the ID if you still want to get some loot from other bosses, and also you can try over and over again and tame as many bosses as you like. But first, we're not gonna tame a boss. even though they're gonna come afterwards. First, we're gonna tame one of these guys, the Nagrand direwolf, and now that we have just stolen one of their goody good boys, we have gotten the first of 3 wolves that you can get in here. As you can see, once again, this is one of the newer models. In my head, this is just always the garrosh ahead of the curve mount, because that's basically what it is, just in a recolor. This is the first. You can pick this one up from just the sentries stationed in the Valley of Strength, right before you fight the Nagrand Dark Shamans. And these 2 also sit on beautiful wolves. And these are the other 2 wolves that you can tame, because you can also just steal their rides, which are Bloodclaw and Darkfang. And that is exactly what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start with Bloodclaw. We're gonna tame the beast. And then we're gonna dismiss our pet, press tab a few times, and tame the other wolf. And after we've done that, I will quickly bring an end to these cutie pies. And now I'm quickly gonna teleport out of here with Leave Instance Group, and we're gonna look at these wolves in our stable. Oh yeah, and just in case you don't know where you can enter the Pandaria Raid Finder raids, it's up here in the Seat of Knowledge. You just have to talk to Lorewalker Han, and this is up here right on top of the Mogushan Palace. And here are the 3 cutie pies. This is the first one. This is the one from the trash. You could say that he has like an orange/yellow saddle. This one is a little bit... Oh, I think they all have the same coloration. Yeah, I think the wolves are all the same, but they have different armor that adorns them. These are the only ones of their kind. These are the only ones you can tame. You can tame them all in the Siege of Orgrimmar, so you get 3 wolves for 1 visit to that raid. Given no matter which difficulty you choose, you always have to bring down Galakras, which is a little bit of a nuisance every now and then, but hey, in LFR at least it's back that you can just use 1 turret to bring him down and you don't have to do both towers, which is quite the time save. But just keep that in mind that this is a little bit more work. And for our last few wolves, we have made it to my favorite, or one of my favorite zones in general, and one of my favorite zones of Draenor, and that is the Tanaan Jungle. And here we have... after they just bombed my wolf. What the hell, how dare you? And here we have the realm of the Iron Houndmaster. Now, for the Iron Houndmaster to actually appear, you have to claim one of these banners. There are 2 banners, so don't get them confused and then be surprised that no Houndmaster shows up. We're gonna claim this one, this strong point. I think it's the further behind one that will spawn the Houndmaster. And now we will defeat a few waves of Iron Horde slash Legion orcs and take care of them. And then the Iron Houndmaster will spawn. And yeah, I accidentally took very, very quick care of this guy. I already have one of these boys, but honestly, like I said, maybe I'm gonna go Beastmaster at some point, so I'm just gonna tame myself a second one. And this is how you get this beautiful burning wolf that is one of my absolute favorites in the entire game. I think this is my favorite wolf. And yeah, that's how you pick him up. Pretty easy. You just have to make sure that you're at the right flag. And this burning dog we're gonna call Arcanine, after one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. And then we're gonna turn around because, like I've said, we're gonna stay in the Tanaan Jungle even for the second wolf. And our first step to get the wolf of our desire is we have to fly down here in the Tanaan Jungle and take care of Fell Ranger, Ragari, and Nara. And I have no idea why I just sent away my wolf, because I'm gonna need this one, or not. Oh right, I'm not in time walking anymore. Just make sure that if you fight this one on level, she packs quite the punch, so be prepared to maybe use a few cooldowns. And she has a 100% drop chance to give us the Vial of Fell Cleansing. And now we're gonna take this item and fly a little bit further to the place where all the cool fell-touched wolves are. And even though you cannot tame Xeraxas, because Xeraxas is an aberration, you can tame all the other boys, but only if you have the vial. Because before that, they are also aberrations, and we're gonna yeet this one over there. And now, for 1 minute, he will be tameable. And yeah, I already have this one. But you know what? What's better than one fell wolf? 2. And this is how you get this gorgeous, very, very special and very unique model. Well, we are an Iron Horde, or rather former Iron Horde orc. So, of course, we also picked up a little fell wolf along the way. obviously. And these cute green boys you're gonna find up here, well, very close to the spawn point of Xeraxas. And even though there are still so many more wolves to tame and also a lot more Iron Horde pets to tame, I'm gonna end today's episode right here and now. And you can tell me if you would like to see a second part of this little extra mini series where, we tame more wolves and more Iron Horde and Horde pets. Yeah. I really hope that you had fun. I definitely have so much fun with this character. If you want, I can also include some of the stuff that I do with this character in the next video, if you're interested in that. In any case, if you enjoyed today's episode, then please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. And I hope that we're gonna see each other in the next video. And until then, bye bye!